Call the fan. So, September is over. And wow, it was such an emotional month. Just like, whew, got pushed through, you know? Hi everybody, it's Jessica Nicole Dickerson, aka JND, and I'm coming at you with another video. Can't even say my own thing, oops. So this is my September wrap-up. It might help grabbing the books I finished. Okay, so as I said, this month has been really emotional, just adjusting back to college life with my health issues and just, you know, following your dreams. It's such a hard thing to do. You think like, oh, I'm just gonna follow this path, but you know what? The path to following your dream is very jagged and not smooth and difficult to find at times. just so you know. September, I'd say, is still a successful month. I uploaded 4 videos. I went to 8 auditions, or at least did some self-tape for those auditions. I got 2 callbacks, one for a student film, and ooh, my hair is so flat. You ever have that problem where you hear things? I just sound crazy. Okay, moving on. I had 2 callbacks, one for a student film and one for a theater audition. I heard back from the theater audition, and I am going to be in a Halloween production here on campus, which will be super fun. My character is kind of Bellatrix the Strange, so I'm very proud to be like, oh, you thought of me as Bellatrix? Like, that is cool. So, you know, I had some successes, and some other things I didn't do as successful. Like, to me, 4 videos is kind of really little for a month. I know I can do more. I know I filmed more. The editing and balancing homework has been a little bit of a challenge, and I only read 3 books. So I'm very sad because I wanted to read at least 6. But you know, for the month, I just want to, you know, everyone pat yourself on the back if it was your first like full month of school, because you know, balancing everything, it takes time to adjust. So September was that month, just adjusting. And I think I did well. I didn't miss any classes. I had to work at my job. I didn't miss any shifts. I also have been auditioning and doing sides, and also then balancing classwork. So saying that out loud makes it feel like a lot. So, you know, give yourself time to adjust to all those little different things that you're focusing on. So yeah, let me get into the books that I read this month. So the very first book that I finished was The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. This I decided to give a 4 out of 5 because it was great. I love the ambiance, the setting, the mystery was pretty cool, but I just feel like the ending was a little, like, if you've read the book, I feel like you feel me, because it's like, I don't know, maybe I wanted more people to die. Maybe I'm an aggressive, like, savage, and I was just like, could have been more tragic of an ending. And also the ending, I feel like, isn't very realistic. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you read it, comment down below, what did you think? Because, you know, I feel like it could have had some more oomph in that ending, but the whole build-up I did love, and I did find it to kind of focus more on the love story rather than the actual mystery. But yeah, 4 out of 5, highly recommend, perfect for this time of the year. And the second book I read was Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. So this one I have been reading for a very long time, and I think it's because when it comes to things that have heavier topics, like The Hate U Give took me a while to read because it's just like very sad. This one isn't really super sad, but like it's very true to life. Like, you know, it's people telling you can't follow your dreams, parents splitting up, family members dying or going to prison, like just the things in life that happen, you know. And it was just very touching, and things that get very personal. I'm just like, okay, I read 30 pages, let me put it down and reflect. You know, that's just how I am. But 5 out of 5. It was so good, and it's always great to read about other people's stories. Like, I relate to her because of course she's African American, but at the same time she grew up during the civil rights movement, which is very different. I'm very privileged to not have to have that pressure of where can I go, where can I stay. There's some things that we deal with, but nothing compared to what she had to grow up with and what was ingrained in her as a child. And it was very interesting to read that perspective. So everybody should read this. Highly recommend. And the last book I read was Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. I don't have it with me. I took it out from the library. It was so good, guys, like so good. So the premise is that, you know, these kids that like kind of go through a door to Narnia or to Alice in Wonderland, they go to a world, they spend years there, and then they come back to our regular mundane world and they have to deal with it. They're like, this isn't home anymore. And they have that school for, I think it's like wayward children or something, and the headmaster is like them and has traveled and is trying to help them cope, and some mysteries go down and they have to be solved. I really appreciate this book because it's what everybody wants. It's all the people who want that Hogwarts world but doesn't have it, but puts it in a way that makes it more mystical and magical. So yeah, it was definitely such an incredible read. Kind of short, which makes me sad, but I'm so excited to read the other stories and find out more about the characters, because there's so much more to this universe. And I want it all, you know? Like those books that it's just like you get a little glimpse and you're like, oh, that was it? It was so good. I highly recommend. 5 out of 5. So those are the 3 books I read. So September kind of feels like a flop, but again, I'm trying to stay positive because it was a month of just doing and trying to be productive when your body and mind and soul were not ready. Now getting into my October goals for the month. So I'm gonna keep doing my no buying rule. So I'm not gonna buy a single book this month like I did last month. Oh, I guess that's an accomplishment. And then I think the real goal for October is to get on a schedule, wake up earlier, and do more throughout my day. Like today, for instance, October 1st, when I'm filming this, I uploaded a video this morning. I stayed up late last night. I edited a video and I uploaded it this morning, and I'm really proud of myself. I haven't really posted or told anybody that I uploaded it, but the fact that I did it makes me feel productive. So I think I want to start waking up at like 6, like even if I could 5:30, because I feel like my morning time is my time to be the most productive, and if I wake up at 10, I'm missing like 5 hours of my day. Really waking up early and trying to be more productive and doing my homework first and getting it out of the way, so that way I can work on more like creative things that fill my soul with joy. Oh, that's so, I'm sorry. Another thing that I want to do is, instead of trying to force myself to finish a whole book during the weekend, because the weekend is my time to kind of chill and re-energize, and reading sometimes does that, but sometimes it doesn't, and I don't want to force it, but I also want to keep reading. So I think I'm going to try and read at least 30 pages every day, and like keep track and see if I can manage those 30 pages every day. And if I did the math, if I do 30 pages every day, I could finish at least like 4 to 5 books. Like that would be an accomplishment, right? So yeah, so reading 30 pages every day. The next thing I want to focus on is journaling. Yes, I have been very emotional as of late, so I feel like journaling my positive energy every morning and trying to continue every morning with that kind of positive reinforcement. Like, wait, let me show you. So I started doing this maybe 3 days ago. When I had like a really inspirational thing happen, I would write it down and like just be like, oh my god, this was so great. This morning I did this, and I have things like, I'm going to focus on positive energy, thinking good thoughts, keeping the positivity flowing. So it's like, I talked a lot this morning about how it's a new month, and new month, new me, possibly. Just like writing down like what's inspiring you exactly, and going into the next thing. So that was journaling. I want to journal every morning, but then I want to talk about some things that inspired me during September, and they actually both happened in the very last weekend of September. So I'm going to ride that flow into October. I'll put the picture up, but I met Maria, I forget her last name, I'm sorry, but it was the mom from Wizards of Waverly Place and Camp Rock, and the voice in Justice League for Hawkeye. Like, she's just such a prominent person in my childhood, and I met her and she came to my school and she just talked about how if you have a passion, like, you need to go and do it. And it was just like really reinforcing and pushing away all the negative thoughts that I had been thinking in September, that what am I doing? Why am I doing all these auditions and no one wants me and I'm not booking anything? It's like, no, it takes time, it takes hard work. Acting is kind of crazy business, and you have to believe in yourself, and you have to train and work really hard. And it was just so inspiring. I was so shocked that like it was such a genuine conversation, and she had such amazing answers to things, like mind-blowing, like the juicy answers. And then the second thing that also inspired me towards the end of the month is a personal project that I'm gonna start doing, which I'm so excited for. You'll see it in a vlog or two, because I'm behind on some of the weekend vlogs. I have 2 more that I filmed, and then I don't know when to upload. You'll hear me talk about them in one of the weekend vlogs that I did. But it's an art project, and hint hint, if you know what the webtoon app is, that's your hint. So I've been jotting down plot lines, and I'm very excited. And this has been reinforcing my creative energy, because I always have stories in my head. Like, I don't know, does everyone do that? Does everyone have that? But I have all these stories in my head, and I've always wanted to get them out, either in a comic, cartoon, anime, manga. By the way, I love all 4 of those, like a lot, probably a little too much as a 21-year-old, but no judgment. I've always wanted to get my thoughts out there in the world. I think they're good stories. I think they're stories that need to be told and have purpose and drive and can relate to so many people. So I'm really excited. I wrote down all the plots or at least a good majority of plot lines, and I'm just so excited for it. I feel like a lot of people are gonna like it. I just need to practice now. This month my goal is to really conceptualize the project and get all the little bits and juicy things out. And then during November and December, really practicing the drawing and character development. And then hopefully by the first week of January, I can start uploading stuff that you will see. I will continue to talk about this, and I might even make a video about it depending on how the project is going. But yeah, so excited. So yeah, that is my wrap up for September. I hope if you had an emotional month that you are still hanging in there. Maybe comment down below, what do you do when you're having more of an emotional month and you're trying to be productive but your mind is just like, no. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe so you don't miss any of your girls' videos. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.